Or
Mine's
fucked up voice box.
Mine's just I like to be heard.
Hey.
I don't know.
You're gonna mess up the knot.
I don't
All
know.
right, hey,
Mine's gotta be.
we're rolling.
We're rolling.
Dog's trying to get in on the business.
About
over
that time.
Here. What do we got? We got week 7. Is it week 6? Week
It's
6.
week 7.
Week 6 recap. We have the roommate extraordinaires here joining us on this pod.
Woo-hoo.
Jake
Yeah.
Strozzi, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Not Strozzi.
OG Alan Taylor.
Strozzi.
Erica.
The OG Alan Taylor.
Right in person.
Still gets it right. Ah, shit.
A lot of
All
people
right.
do, honestly.
So, week 6, gentlemen. Breaking news. Anything you need to cover before we dive into the matchups?
I don't think anything's happened like league-wide that
I don't
doesn't...
think so. My defense of Mr. Gruden looks a little bad in the aftermath when all the details came out. But you know what? I was trying to play a little devil's advocate there.
Did not age well. No.
No, did not age well.
It
They were like, no, I heard it was just racist.
I didn't hear it was misogynistic and homophobic.
Racist is easily the best of those three.
The one I covered was the lightest charge.
There must be a compounding factor, because once there's more, like, oh, now they're all worse.
Oh yeah, it's like a squared and a cubed effect.
Oh, jeez.
His stuff against Goodell was pretty bad. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see.
He's dropping a lot of F-bombs that sound like maggot.
The coach when they dropped Goodell.
I did not look into this at all, and that
There's just a lot of hate on that
dude.
dude.
Out of me.
Yeah, and then he's like, there's a lot of actually, like, I listen to another podcast with like Brendan Schaub. If you guys are familiar with that guy, he does like a lot of like fighting podcasts and stuff.
He's a comedian too.
Yeah, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
He used to be in the UFC and stuff. And he like talks about sports stuff like that sometimes. And like what he was saying is he's like, you notice how none of the other people that were like, what do you say? I missed the word. Indicated. That's the word. In those emails have like had anything happen to them. Well, Gruden's kind of been like, you know, a sore spot for the league because he's been against like the new rules, making the league safer.
Oh.
He thinks there should be like more hitting. He's an
Political
old school
move.
guy.
Yeah,
You know,
I like it though.
And he
I
doesn't
like
like
it.
And it
Goodell.
manifests
So.
into misogyny.
Yeah, well, all that too.
Of course, us as fans, we're gonna want to see most of that, but we're not gonna always get that. This is how it goes.
I mean, yeah.
Year to year.
The longevity of the actual people playing it. If that becomes in too much jeopardy, then there won't be future people playing.
Yeah, well,
exactly.
it's capitalism. It's a business, so you got to protect your assets.
Yeah.
We don't want more Andrew Lucks out there, you know.
Yeah.
It was great to watch him. Great to watch him, but I think it was a good move for him.
Yeah, like I would love to see that dude play more football, and that sucks.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Well, that's what the point he was making is that you don't want to see more Andrew Luck's getting, you know, this star player, you know, franchise quarterback coming out. And then, you know, he's injured year after year after year, and then all of a sudden
So
he
he retires
retires.
at like 25.
He did a lot of the damage to himself though too. He was like if he ever threw a pick, he was going in for tackles, and he wasn't doing light tackles. He was
that dude
fucking.
wasn't sliding.
No.
Yeah, he was gruff about it, but I mean, hey, you know, big for us.
Little Joe Burrow headed that direction
Oh,
too.
yeah.
The way
His mind, his decision. So
Yeah.
I feel like he made a good one if he
You gotta
thought
get
so
paid
himself.
first. Yeah, you gotta get
Yeah,
paid
true.
first before
Yeah.
you fucking start getting hit like that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Who was the other one?
But you have to do
From
it
Seattle.
in
Was
an
it Seattle?
intelligent manner.
Adams?
Jamal Adams.
Did he not get paid, or there was?
No,
Earl Thomas.
Earl
Thomas. My bad.
Yeah, that was
But
bad.
Earl Thomas made plenty of money. He was
Yeah.
just after his last big contract.
And you
He
know,
should've
and
got
that's
it.
and
He
that's
He should've got it,
yeah.
and he'd probably still be playing if he was, because he wouldn't have had to fucking go to a different team where you
Yeah.
become a little bit more expendable, and then you get in fucking fights because you should not be expendable.
Yeah.
And now we are out of Earl Thomas watching of our lives because of the way they handled that situation.
Another
I say pay the man.
fantastic.
I want to see more of that.
It's a
Pay
bummer
that
too
man.
because like
I want to see that dude hit Gronk
Look
again.
what they paid the guy they got now, who ain't shit, by the way.
Yeah. I know. I mean, man.
Last year he really was good though.
He's very talented and he's huge.
He's
But,
all over the field.
He's becoming a liability.
But they're playing him more like a float linebacker almost. Like it's not even necessarily like they're focused so much on his coverage
They
skills.
blitz
Like,
him a lot.
he's a heavy hitter. He's a great blitzer and stuff. But like if you watch that game last night, he literally had a game-winning pick go right through his hands.
Yeah.
Because he was looking for the hit.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
They would have won that game had he
And-
made that pick.
And what happened?
Made the play.
They lost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would have been a
You
beautiful
know,
play.
so- I watched that game on the plane. That was fun. I love when they got the live TV on the plane. I get to watch football games.
That's dope.
That's
Ooh.
rad.
That's
That is
so
rad
cool.
as hell.
That is so
I
cool.
didn't
So
know
I was
about that.
watching the Bills game yesterday.
Yeah. Fly
Mile
Delta.
above.
Yeah, when I was
Dundee.
texting you, you said you got off a flight. I was like, oh shit. We had two of the boys out of town.
Yeah.
I met Eric Griffin, so cool.
Eric Griffin. Yeah, that was fucking rad.
He's hilarious.
Oh my god, dude! So many. His main, and then we'll get into matchups. But like his main like bit that he did, it was like a half-hour long bit, and he just like kept bringing it back, and then he would go in different directions with it, and it was all about. He's like, I don't care like what your race is, what your sex is, what your gender identification is. When I'm in your place of business, and you're supposed to be doing a job, just do your fucking job. And if you don't do your job, and I get mad at you for not doing your job, it ain't about your race, your gender, your sex, or anything like that.
You're a shitty worker.
He's like, he puts his hand on the wall, he's like, maybe you just suck. and then he goes, he talks about like disabled workers and Amazon like delivery services. He's like, some guy hops out of a truck and he's bouncing around on one leg, and I'm like, oh fuck. He took it. He was so good, man. He was killing me.
He had a lot of like good callbacks too.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
like
I love
mean,
that.
Just really, and I didn't know how he was gonna be as a comedian. Like I listened to my podcast, obviously Workaholics,
Right.
beast, but like
Hilarious.
I didn't know what his set was gonna be like, and it was fucking good, man. I
That's
enjoyed it a lot.
I wonder if he's
So-
got any specials. I should check it out.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's kind of coming up right now, like in terms of like finally getting like the big special from
Yeah,
people.
right.
But like, I haven't seen anything of his on like Netflix. Like, maybe he's got like a little 20-minute or somewhere or something. I don't know, but
Right. Yeah. Cause anyways.
yeah, no, it's not
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk about that forever. But should we get in the first matchup? Start digging into it.
Who's first?
That Dion picking the ball off.
No, just
Catching
him on a post.
Who's
Let's just get this battle of the Jakes over with, cause I'm reeling, man.
Shaking Jake over here.
Yeah, Average Jakes. Average Jakes with a pretty good team now, as much as I don't want to admit it. Your running backs look good. Najee Harris, Fournette's turned into a beast. You got lucky with Collins.
Yes,
but
I did. I'm feeling a little bit lackluster in my depth, to be honest. I'm
Well, you're
nervous.
gonna lose Collins. too.
Yeah.
Well,
and I'm gonna lose Williams too. So
you do have to be excited about your wide receivers there, though.
Yeah,
For
no, I'm
in the
very happy
future,
with
Kirk.
them.
He likes to look at my guy Murray. Actually, likes to look at Kirk all the time. And Beasley's just always that guy. 7 receptions
I
normally.
think you really killed it
over
on
the
this
corner.
trade with Patrick. Your Jamar Chase and Travis Kelce look so impressive on this squad.
Say that one more time. I'm just kidding.
Should we talk about who scored more points on that side of the trade? Because I believe Alan Thielen outscored Jamar Chase, and I believe that
I
Mark
know, you're a
Andrews
bench all-star this
outscored
year-
Travis
this year.
Kelce too.
This
Yeah,
sounds
and I
like
benched
someone.
Thielen and ended up winning anyway. It was a bonehead move, but Michael Pittman had a killer game last Monday night, right?
Yep.
The problem that I forgot about, T.Y. Hilton came back,
Oh, that's right. I
but
forgot.
T.Y. Hilton left with a quad injury. and
yeah,
Paris
of
T.Y.
course he
Hilton
Hilton's
did.
made
yeah.
of glass.
He's always
and when
hurt.
he is in, he's a 40% chance to have 20 points or nothing.
But against Houston, they call him T.Y. Houston for a
Yeah,
reason.
they say that.
He torches
He's so
Houston
frail
all the
though.
time.
He's just like
What a-
I'm
can't-
telling you, that
What
makes
a
sense.
great thing to have. Success against the Houston Texans.
But he does, though. He
You know what?
crushes
No one
them every
knows
Hey.
that because that's an insignificant thing to know.
Just because they're not good defense this year doesn't mean they haven't, been in the past.
I mean,
Okay.
both of those franchises in the last 5, 6, 7 years, as in like the time that I've known T.Y. Hilton to exist. Who gives a shit about either of them?
I don't know. I remember just like 3 years ago, Houston was one of the top defenses to pick up, just because of the
Yeah, Kevin
defensive
Harris.
schematic.
Well, because of
when
J.J.
they
Watt
had
and
J.J.
Davion
Watt.
Cloudy.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
but still,
Clowney, Watt.
Yeah.
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 They had some players on the backside too. Like they had a decent safety. I
Seen
seem to
a really good
remember.
linebacker Cushing, and then another one after
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
so can't take it
solid
completely
defense.
away from Ty though.
Yeah, those guys have all been retired.
Yeah, for a
Yeah,
while.
wow. And then
You remember Brian Cushing?
Yeah, remember?
remember? They had Merciless too, and Merciless just
Oh, yeah.
got cut off their team
Did
too.
We also remember Watson.
Yeah, he's about to get traded. By the way, rumors that Jalen Hurts is gonna be hitting the bench. By the way,
Yeah, Erica.
Was that because he sucks, Patrick?
Oh,
You got that pickup.
They
That was a good pickup. Keep him on your bench as long as possible.
that is so
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Do that.
Fall
Do
out
that.
folks. Doesn't matter.
I dropped him, and I wish I didn't, but I didn't have enough room to hold three players that I just am waiting on.
It's been hard to keep them because I really need another quarterback. I'm talking with Trish right now, so we'll see what happens.
Eric is moving and shaking here, but anyway, back into it. Like we said, Alex Collins likely injured this coming week, probably going to be out. Rashad Penny's probably going to be the backup there. Travis Homer's there, obviously, as well, but it's most likely going to be Penny.
Isn't it
Penny's
DJ
healthy.
or whatever?
DJ Dallas could
Yeah,
work his
yeah,
way
DJ
into.
Dallas.
The reports that I've been hearing, though, is that it's going to be Rashad Penny first, but, DJ Dallas is on the depth chart, so it'd be interesting to see how that shakes out. Anyway, I'll let you guys keep going with it.
Well, yeah, I kind of lucked into that anyways. Like you
On this
said.
one, as we're still here,
Yeah.
Cody, we'll figure something out with that quarterback situation of yours. In the sense, we'll have to talk about
Let's do
that.
one match at a time.
We
Let's
gotta
focus
go down
on
this one.
the Battle of the
Yep.
Jakes first.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, can you-
Oh, my bad.
can
I'm
you,
on the wrong one.
Can you answer for what happened to your team? Your receivers is what I'm looking at.
It's not in the one.
Oh yeah,
Wilson.
seriously.
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't. I don't have an answer. Justin Jefferson fumbled to start the game, so maybe they just kind of started looking away from him, but he still got yards.
Yeah, he got 8 receptions, so.
Uh-huh.
It's just the feeling game.
And then
Yeah,
Geno
feeling game,
Geno Smith came in, and as we kind of feared, it was Metcalf or nothing,
Yeah.
and they couldn't move the ball. Tyler Lockett's not going to be much of a viable option moving forward. I did get Rashad Bateman, who's back in the mix, but I'm not super confident about him. I like having Corey Davis. Darnell Mooney got a touchdown this week, so that's
Unless
a
you
big
can find a
sign.
way, unless you can find a way to start Tua at receiver, I don't think you can have a lot of success moving forward.
You had like
Nope.
And with Justin,
best-
too, he had the highest target margin all season at 14 against one of the best defenses showing out this year.
And we mentioned a little bit ago too, but out of my 6 spots, my 5 bench spots and 6 bench spots and an IR, I had 2 people out, 2 people on a bye. No, 1 person out, 2 people on a bye, and 4 people on the injured reserve last week. And 2 of
Yikes.
them were my 2 running backs, Chris Carson, who's out for this upcoming week and another week,
You should
And
just
then-
drop him.
and then Nick Chubb, who I think is great because Kareem Hunt's injured now. He's already been ruled out for Thursday's game. So I
Oh,
won't
he did
have
get
him
ruled
out.
out because I had heard he hadn't got ruled out.
He's
yet.
out.
And that Tyler Lockett play, that Russell Wilson going down, that's going to...
Yeah, my team is in the shitter, y'all.
It's
So-
it's not looking
Sorry.
We're
good.
good.
Struggling.
The 2
No,
that
yeah.
you picked up from the.
You have the
waiver,
names.
They
right?
worked out
Yeah.
okay, and I'm gonna
You
get
have the
Darryl-
names.
I'm gonna get some Darryl Williams help, so that's good. What it is though is I lost the coin, I had to change my name, and then the Locket Magic disappeared. So
Is that over this week?
This upcoming week is my last week, so I'm gonna go up 2-5. I'm just calling it now. I'm gonna change my name and I'm gonna make a run for it.
Let's go. I like it. I like it.
I made it in the playoffs 6-6 last year, man. It can be done.
Oof.
That was a good night. Yeah.
I got pretty lucky with
Willing?
Fournette, to be honest, this week though, because like
I don't know if that's luck anymore, man.
Nope. That's his spot.
I
I
know.
believe
I
it.
like
He's-
him in the red zone, and he's producing.
He,
I know, and
catching
he's
the
been.
ball.
He doesn't
that's
fumble
what-
it. He
that's
doesn't
what's
fumble it.
surprised me
Ronald's
most.
used to fumbling it. So
Here's the problem, though. We have to be aware of with Leonard Fournette. If they get into a situation where it's a tight game, like they beat the Eagles by 6 points, right? But that game was not close. We all
I
watched
agree.
it. It was never in
Yep,
doubt.
yep.
Okay.
That's why I
Like,
thought I wouldn't get more points from him because they're just gonna throw it a bunch.
But
But that's what I'm saying is like so when the Bucks are playing somebody like the Bills are like a competent team and it's going to be close and stuff, or they get down by a touchdown.
Basically, what happened against Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going to see the ball much,
Right.
but like they're so good, they're going to be winning most games. So you
Right.
can count on them most weeks. I think.
Yeah,
Is my-
like Chicago next week, start them because
Oh, yeah.
you know who they're going to get up on.
Oh,
Chicago.
and a lot of it has to do with the trust of Brady too. And at this point, I think Brady's, Fournette has earned that trust from Brady at this point.
He's a better running back. than
Just
Ronald.
simple as that.
And he blocks more.
He's
too.
kind of
That's why
looking
I
like
think-
what I thought he was going to look like coming out of the draft.
Yeah, number
He just
4.
never really came into his.
I thought he was
came
gonna be
to
more
his-
of a 3-down bruiser,
Mm-hmm.
Like what Derrick Henry's doing now is like unheard of, but like that, like a softer version of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just ran over people.
Oh, but he was fast too. That's the only reason why I was like, okay, He Heisman that year? Wasn't it Heisman that year?
He might have.
Or tore his ACL right before he didn't win it?
Maybe he didn't win it, but he was.
He was gonna win it, but he got injured or something.
Yeah. I remember the Badgers shut him down in the bowl game. We won.
Yeah. Let's go. I'll take that, Jonathan Taylor.
Jake, one thing that comes to mind looking at your roster after what's happened this last week. With Zach Ertz going to the Cardinals and you having Travis Kelce now, you're going to be trading Dallas Goedert, right?
No, I think I'm gonna use him on my Kelsey buy, unless I get some good trade offers. I'm always open.
You can always put him in a flex too, because the tight end is allowed as a flex in our league.
But I also need to see a week
he's
without.
going to be the guy, the tight end with no Zach Ertz.
Right, and honestly, his fantasy production keeps him in the top 10 still.
We don't know.
So I think he would just get more points, to be honest. But I also think I'm not gonna play him at my flex this week because I need to see a week without Zach Ertz taking any snaps from him. So.
Oh, and you got Kelce, so you're not even.
Exactly.
Worried about it. Yeah, he can sit there for a while.
You're never playing Goddard over.
I mean, the only time you have to worry about Kelce is.
But he might be playing Goddard over.
Week 12, you have to worry about Kelce. That's about it.
Alex
Collins.
Yeah, Alex Collins. I mean, maybe even.
Probably not playing him over Christian Kirk or Cole Beasley though. I mean, maybe depending on match.
Well, they're both. Unfortunately, my Bills are on a bye next week.
And luckily, Jake just
not my Bills.
Wilson. Hopefully, your injuries just don't last as that long. Because your bet. I mean, when they come back, there's a lot of points right there.
I have 2 running backs on my team that went in like the top in the first 4 rounds, and neither one of them was going to be playing for 2 weeks in the middle of the season.
I mean, I'm right there with you, man. I got CMC and Gibson's going to be out now, too, with the shin, probably. So.
I thought I got away with murder when I traded McCaffrey to you 2 hours before he went down, and it's done nothing to help me because I still haven't had a running back.
I actually have 3, man. I got Clyde, Gibson, and CMC.
Did you give Sutton to him? Did you give Sutton to him as well?
Yes, I did.
So he might get something good. So that's also off that trade. You're pretty much using a player that you might be able to get more out of that trade as well. But we don't know yet. That trade just went through. I'm excited about that trade. I was huge off Sutton last year. Picked him pretty big, and
it's been looking good.
That was a big reason why I did 2 main starter receivers for 1, and then a guy that might get some touches later.
Do we have anything more for this Jake on Jake violence?
Yeah, let's go through this real quick.
I got Tua only last week because I knew Dak was going to be on bye this week, so that's going to be good.
In the long run.
No, he's going to play this week when Dak's on bye, and then he's going to be sitting on my bench as depth. So it's nice to have him this week.
How do we feel about Dak's potential calf injury?
They already said he's not going to miss any time.
Okay.
On a bye, too.
Going into a bye.
Yeah.
He's probably out.
He's been putting up 26, 28 every week. He had a touchdown that didn't get called a touchdown where he snuck it up the middle, and then he fumbled on the preceding one. So he went from gaining 6 points to losing 2 points on that one. Wouldn't have the matchup much, but he would have had a 30-plus point game.
I mean, this dude's MVP of last year, 4 weeks in, 5 weeks in. The dude he had 2 500 throwing yard games within the first 5 weeks.
Most passing yards anybody's ever gotten against Bill Belichick this last week.
Oh yeah. I remember.
Oh, just saw that
today.
over 145 or 455.
It's nice having a quarterback.
That's the main reason.
I'm glad you don't have one, Cody. Glad you don't have one.
I just bit the Dallas Cowboys. Nice having a quarterback.
So we're good with that one. I just wanted to say about Najee too, though. I mean, gonna be one of the best running backs,
top 3 next year
in the league. Because the thing about Najee is he could really develop you're already kind of seeing it. He could develop into a Derrick Henry-esque type player. And he could be as close to Derrick Henry as anybody not named Derrick Henry could be because
right now,
he has the same body type. I mean, look at him at the end of that game. He had already touched the ball close to 20, 25 times, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's still running hard. Shows no signs of wear whatsoever. I mean, honestly, going into next year's draft, I think it really needs to be thought about. You need to think about whether or not these workhorse backs that we're all saying are workhorse backs have, the frame and the body type to withstand that amount of beating. Because,
16, 17 weeks.
Today,
very few guys are able to do it.
No,
if the season ended today, who's your top 3 running backs in order that you drafted next year?
Derrick Henry, number 1, clearly.
Yep.
Not even, there's no discussion.
Yeah.
I'd have to say Eckler's in the top 3 right now.
Yeah, but the Eckler is...
But same thing, usage thing.
Yeah, he's usage,
17 weeks.
And he also has injury concerns.
But it's Najee in your top 3? Because I think he's in mine.
Yeah, he's in mine. Oh, he's in mine. I think he is number 3 for me, yeah. Alvin Kamara, too, of course. But
I would
put
not this year
ahead
of Alvin Kamara.
Dalvin Cook.
Wait, who?
Ezekiel.
Even with
Zeke?
his missed games, I'd still take Dalvin Cook over
I'd
Alvin this
put
year.
Dalvin's top 10 still, but yeah, I mean top
Misses
5.
too much time.
Top
Yeah.
5, you gotta get every year he misses time. You gotta
That's
get
true.
Derrick Henry number 1. I think Zeke's probably number 2.
Mm-mm.
He was
Right.
only not because
Why
he's
is
really
this?
raised
Why?
it, but everybody else up there's kind of dropped down with Chubb getting
Okay, I agree
affected
with
by
that.
Hunt. He's out of the top 3.
The only thing about Zeke though, okay, Zeke has an age problem versus the rest of them. Now he's shown himself to be durable. He's still got the juice this year.
Well, he's splitting carries for the
But he's
first
getting
time
older.
in a significant way, so that's gonna
That's your
help
player,
us out.
Erica.
That's a really interesting.
I said that's your player.
It is my player.
That's a really interesting trend too, and then we can get off of this. But a really interesting trend that we've seen in the league this year that I've been picking up on a little bit is since all these injuries have been happening, you've been noticing how many teams are now working in their competent backup player to take the Green Bay's been doing that with Dylan.
They got to do it.
And they're
Yeah.
showing up though.
And they're showing up, and it's working because what's happening is, being a homer for the Packers is that Dylan has taken 10, 11 of those carries.
Dropped
and
it.
then Jones is fresh as fuck at the end of the game. And, he took both the last 2 drives, critical drives at the end of the game. He's got fresh legs. The week before against the Bengals, he rattled off a 40-yard run. And the last drive should have sealed up the game if Mason Crosby, wouldn't have forgotten how to kick. You know what I mean? But,
So many missed
Hate it
games.
when he does that.
yeah. Particularly when you pay him millions of dollars.
You know, I think that
Patty
Herbert
matchup.
is the same thing with on the Bears
I love that
because
dude.
It might work in.
he's a running back who can catch
Thank
the
you.
ball also.
By the way.
Yeah.
Had to bring
I
it. Had to
hope
bring
you're wrong
it.
because I want Williams to get those touches,
Oh,
but
she said Herbert at first, so I was like,
but I don't think.
but
he's
yeah,
going
Austin
to. Herbert
Eckler.
was a
I've been
good
trying to
quarterback.
get that from Bailey for.
Well, he
We'll
looked
talk
good.
about that.
All right. So on to we have to we
Sorry.
figure out.
We
names.
talked.
got-
We've
got a
made
lot.
one matchup.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
So-
For the sake of the listeners, one conversation at a time is usually beneficial.
Yep. So we're working on it live on air, folks. This is our 7th podcast and first one with guests.
And to
We'll
be
make it
fair, I
work.
think everybody listening
First one with
is
guests.
probably in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
At
be
this
fair.
point,
I know a couple people, but yeah.
We're having fun. Anyway, so with Brent, there's a few plays this week that saved my matchup with Brent this week. I mean, really low scoring matchup. He got hurt by DeAndre Swift a lot, I believe. I just got to look at the points here. DeAndre Swift actually was not the main problem, but I was watching that game. DeAndre Swift did nothing the entire game, and then he scored a touchdown right at the end. Mike Evans, it was Antonio Brown week, and that's the problem when you play 2 wide receivers on the same team. Okay, if the whole team doesn't go off, one guy doesn't, you're basically sacrificing that piece of your lineup.
You're almost always getting one that does.
Yeah.
But to
You're
trade
almost
off
always getting
and
one
then
that doesn't.
guarantee that one doesn't.
Well,
Right.
and sometimes, there's been the week that
You have
Brent
Tom,
won,
though, too.
I believe, they both went off.
But-
That was the
Oh,
week
yeah.
they went nuts.
When we
Two
got
fine
eight,
touchdowns.
that
CD
will happen.
Lamb and Cooper for Bailey. It's gotten multiple weeks. It's worked out.
Once or
But yeah,
twice,
it's rare.
though.
It's
Yeah,
exactly,
I
it's
don't-
rare. But you have to have a quarterback like
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady or
Or Dak
Dak
Prescott.
or somebody that's going to throw it 40 times a game and also get everyone involved.
The MVP of Brandt's team right now, other than having the consistency out of Brady, which you like. I mean, it's a little bit of a down week from him, but his floor is 18 points.
Yeah.
That was
James
also one of the
Robinson
reasons
has
why
been
I
on
gave you
fire.
Chris Godwin this week is because I just saw him just not getting the targets I really wanted the last couple weeks, and it might bite me, but yeah, there's just a lot of players on that field that get the ball, and it just depends week to week who's gonna get it.
It's tough.
What's
It's
interesting with them, though, real quick, and then I was going to say about James Robinson, but what's interesting with the Bucs wide receivers is if you go back and look at the target totals, it's really interesting. The start of the year, Chris Godwin was the target leader. Then Mike Evans was the target leader for a week or two, and then the
Tutty.
last 2 weeks it's been Antonio Brown. So it'll be interesting to see, if somebody becomes the lead dog there. Right now, it's looking like AB is that
AB,
lead dog,
dude.
but I think what
Send him out.
you got to do though is you have to kind of look at how you have to really pay attention to how defenses are going to be lining up against them. Who is lining up? Who do they consider to be the big dog?
Still killing it,
If
dude.
you're playing the Rams, who is Jalen Ramsey covering? You know what I mean?
I didn't
Who are the
I
big
didn't know
time
that.
corners covering? If you can figure
But I
that
got
out,
rid
then
of
you can
Chris.
know who to play. I just want to have Chris Godwin and be part of that offense because you're talking about one of the best offenses in the league.
Since Antonio Brown missed the Rams game, he's gotten 32 targets combined in the last 3 weeks. It's over 10 a game.
Yeah. I mean, he loves him, man. He's clearly the guy to have there in recent weeks, but it's hard to tell. I think you want to have pieces of that offense. That's why I went after Chris Godwin. Yep. But James Robinson, I mean, finally,
on fire.
The last 3-4 weeks, after week 1 or 2 is a little shaky, but it feels like the Jags are realizing what makes their offense go.
Yes.
It's James Robinson.
Yep.
And I think there's an argument to be made if he seems to be positioning himself for like a long-term play in Jacksonville of him being a top 10, top 15 running back next year.
He's consistent.
He's consistent, and if you watch that man run, like his agility and his ability to find the hole and then finish runs with power.
And that's what it is for me too. It's like a consistent 6-yard runs is what you need from a player like that. And then, like you said, it takes that one breakout play. It takes that one breakout play, and he sets it up all game for that breakout play. So,
with Tua, Waddle's much better now for you.
Absolutely, and I knew he was going to be because I remember week 1. I remember how they looked, and I was like, I just had a feeling it's Jacksonville. Tua's coming back. Devontae and Will Fuller are out. Okay, and so it was Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki all game long. It was beautiful.
How does it feel? What would you have said if somebody would have told you before the season that you have A-Rob on your team and he would be your 6th best wide receiver?
He's not even gonna be he's when I get Chris Godwin and Devonta Smith coming in, it's him and Devonta Smith are the bottom.
You have too many wide receivers.
Yeah.
This happened to do with Michael Thomas last year.
There's a strategy there.
You're trading
he has
trade.
He has a trade.
I don't see the strategy.
I'm gonna have 7 top 30. We're gonna have 7
every
top 30
week
wide
you give me
receivers.
that exact tone and that exact line. There's a plan. And then the week goes by. There's a plan.
And yet I keep winning. 3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I scored more points.
4-2, baby.
And then instead of 6-6, 7-6, and get into the playoffs.
Patrick, I put up more points than you, and I might have the worst team in the league right now.
I might have the worst quarterback in the league, and I'm still winning fucking matches.
You definitely have the worst.
So imagine if I had a competent quarterback, I'd be putting up triple digits every week. So I have 7 wide receivers to use as trade bait for anybody who needs a wide receiver.
Shameless plug.
I got the one I wanted off you. I appreciate that, though.
It's all right. We'll figure it out.
Just do me a favor, and whatever you do next year when you're drafting your fantasy team, do not fucking select Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb, because you are the Grim Reaper of top receiver picks. Michael Thomas and Allen Robinson had just shit on you 2 years
first
in a
of
row.
all,
It's not
you know
A-Rob's
what did
fault,
to Allen
honestly,
Robinson is fucking Matt Nagy, okay?
Yeah.
And horrendous play calling, and then Justin Fields literally
Throwing it,
being
man.
the only rookie that doesn't realize to succeed in this league, you have to target your big dog. Sorry for being a little loud, Jake. We're getting a little high in the volume here, but I'm getting passionate because it pisses me off because I essentially lit a draft pick on fire.
You essentially do that every year with whoever you pick for your number 1 receiver.
You know what? But somehow we keep getting ourselves into the playoffs. So is that skill or is that luck? I don't really know.
Count old rings.
It's a little bit of both. I'll take that all day.
You sound like a Cowboys
He's a
fan.
qualifier.
Hey, you know what?
Champion.
Haven't been out of 4th place
Yeah,
all
remember
5
that
Hold
years.
that
out here.
trophy that I picked out at the end of this year. We'll talk then, huh? Anyway.
I bet you $50 you don't. At this point,
You knocked that down to an even 30, you might have bet.
I'll take his $30.
at this point, I'm willing to
Yikes.
sell the naming rights to my team for $20 just so I can get somebody. Who wants it?
I'll bet the $20 that Cody owes me.
You guys want to go against
that
this
I
King
believe
Taylor?
He did pay. I forget.
And this
Okay.
one 18-plus scoring guy?
Anyway, let's get down into this matchup.
The next one?
Brent was really let down by some of his wide receivers. Zach Ertz came through with a touchdown. Brady underperformed.
Zach Ertz is now worth something.
Zach Ertz is worth a
Very
lot.
much so.
The problem
I'm very
there,
stoked about
Yeah,
this.
I'm pissed about that.
I'm
two
very
things,
stoked about
two
this.
things for Brent going forward, okay? Great pickup. Picked up Dearness Johnson. Good call on his part. Picking up a depth piece. Going to be a starting running back for him in the offense that runs the ball. Probably like top 3 running offenses in the league, you know, between Cleveland, Baltimore, and Minnesota, most likely. So, I mean, he's gonna benefit from that.
He's
We'll
gonna
see how
bounce
he
back.
does next week. I think he has still a solid team, but when you have those weeks where Tampa Bay underperforms.
I was just gonna say
When
Tom
you're
could have won
1
that
and 5,
for
you need more than a solid team.
Yeah.
Well, the dude's
This
averaging.
season looks like it's about in the same.
The dude's
shape as
if he
mine.
would have hit his average, the game would have been a 1-point swing, 2-point swing. But yes,
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, Deontay Johnson is going to be a big hit next week, being on bye. He's just so solid. Big
And
guy,
Adam
trust him
Thielen.
so much. Yeah, but we have so many wide receivers. We'll be fine at wide receiver. My big problem, honestly, is going to be the fact that I don't have a second running back. Gibson's going to be out. I got Chuba. Probably going to throw Ramondre in there, to be honest with you.
Wait, what happened to
well,
Gibson?
start talking to Bailey. Bailey wants wide receivers. I cannot get Austin Eckler from
That's a
her.
nice piece
So
of intel.
yes.
We'll work on that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
what's that about?
Appreciate
Hey,
that.
dude, there's just it's
Don't act like you haven't been
Some-
provided some intel as well.
people-
Hey,
Some
you know.
people compete differently. Not that I asked for it,
Yeah.
and if you volunteered it, again,
That's
Yeah,
on you.
I
fault.
volunteered it because my heartstrings were hurting for it with those running backs going down. So
I told him to do it.
Yeah, you've had really bad running back luck this year.
You
but
probably
they're
felt
coming
guilty
back.
because you gave me Carson.
yeah.
But half the season's
Thank
almost
Some people
done.
compete different.
Or they just fold.
All I gotta say, guys, with
wanna
the win
compete
this
against
week is you gotta beat who they done put in the place. All right,
Closer this
call that a callback, folks. Learned it from Eric Griffin. All right, moving on.
Oh, no.
Alrighty.
Oh, poor Todd.
Oh,
So
yeah.
many
This one
buys.
I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
First off is
Can you say what the matchup is?
yeah. So we got Todd here against Bailey, and with this one, it's just kind of very unfortunate seeing this. He had some viable starters out there, but if you just kind of look at his bench, it's like
Oh my!
it's just
Yeah,
kind
you'll
of
see
hurtful.
why. Oh, I
It's
didn't even see
it's
that.
really
Yeah.
hurtful.
It's bad.
He knew. Now we all know why we saw that text from him early in
Yeah.
Sunday. He just knew it was kind of over from there. There was no fair chance there. So, did you have any more to say about that? Because we were kind of
No,
we were talking about that a little
we're
bit.
in step on that. He had
Yeah.
very
That's,
bad.
and
bye-
we can
bye
take one
luck.
of them.
No.
It's over
All
now.
over.
It's over now.
Yeah.
You have all your best players for weeks to come.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit, though.
That's
Nobody
crazy.
else noticed that for real? Because I was just, that's
no,
why.
Out of state didn't really.
Well, because I had to go
Yeah.
look as to why he succeeded succeeded so early, and I'm like, what?
A little
What's the
upset
deal
Bailey
here?
got that game from CeeDee Lamb trying to snag him from her, but
He went. Oh.
he decided to have that game where I couldn't do that.
Oh yeah.
He's probably, in my opinion, I think he's better.
Oh, yeah.
Number one.
He's their
Oh,
number
yeah.
one.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
have to-
He's better
yeah.
than Amari,
He
in
is.
my
He
opinion.
just the spacing when he gets open is just
I
open.
don't think it's close anymore.
No,
No,
like
no,
Amari is a sure catcher because he has to
Amari's
do it with somebody
still
on him.
great.
CeeDee Lamb's just wide open.
But
Because
see,
his route
like,
running is
If you see a
pristine.
Dallas Cowboy wide receiver with the number 88 on it, it's because he's the best wide receiver on the field when he's on that field.
You don't get that number.
Because
I like that actually. Is that Irvin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Des
Yeah.
Bryant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't give you that number unless you are
You
the
a dog.
Alpha. No, and did you see how much he rattled Jalen Mills in that game? Oh, he was so frustrated. He just,
You
oh,
can tell
yeah.
the last play of the
At the end of the
game.
game, he's like, "What's up, bro?" Yeah, he knew it. He knew it. He didn't even get out of his break, and he just has his hand up.
Yeah.
He's like, "I got it, touchdown." He looks up. He's coming on that crossing route. He makes his first. He comes out, makes one break, and he sees nobody out in front of him. He's like, "This guy can't keep up with me." Throws his hand up. That
And
just-
then walks in
Oh,
and does
yeah.
something like this.
Yeah, I mean, it just killed him, and it's like, to be fair though, I mean, valiant effort from the Patriots in that game.
Yeah.
They
held their
Trevon
own.
Diggs like everybody else. How good is that man? God's sake, we say it
Is
every week.
and 6?
Trayvon Diggs got to 2 touchdowns
7 and
this
6?
year before Stephon
I
Diggs
know. I
did.
heard that. Stephon finally got his second one.
Monday,
last night.
yeah.
He
So I-
almost
I-
got another one.
Yeah.
watching enough football
again.
That's brothers with Stefan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep.
Wow.
It'll be interesting to see when they play each other.
That
That'll be
family.
fun.
Which is
Like, what
a
other
week from this
duo
week.
Oh, really?
brothers can
Cowboys
you
are
think
on
of?
bye.
The Watts.
Cowboys are on bye this week, and then it's Cowboys Vikings the following.
Oh,
I-
Cowboys, Bills. He's on the Bills, not the Vikings.
You were right.
Yeah.
I was stuck in the past. Thank you for
It's
that.
all right. It's all right. I
Do
mean,
they play the Bills this year? I
maybe
don't.
Erica. I got Erica's phone because mine's dead, so somebody can look that up. But Yeah, I mean, for Todd, too, like, he makes the trade for Herbert and then gets screwed there this week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just didn't show up.
That's going to turn around.
They didn't show up.
They got
Boathouse?
They got Boathouse.
They got Boathouse.
Top 3 every year, that Ravens defense. So.
Michael Carter for the Jets.
I love that Justin Herbert, man.
The Ravens defense, though, has not been great in the secondary, so it's a little bit inexplicable.
They're not the same.
No, they're not. They're good against the run. They're good against the run because any defense that has Calais Campbell playing nose tackle is going to be good against the run.
Yeah,
So-
he's worth 2 people.
He's a big man.
Yeah,
He's a large person.
Was that a pickup this year?
2 years ago. Yeah. Off of the, he was one of the Jacksonville.
Thank God we got him out of Jackson.
Yeah, that was
man's
Jalen
too good.
Ramsey. When basically that defense was like, yeah, we're good, and you're never going to put a competent offense on the field, so we're all just going to leave now.
And they did.
Yeah.
And they did.
They all
Good for
did.
them.
Yeah.
Good for all of them.
Except for Miles Jack. He's still hanging out there.
Stupid asshole. Stupid asshole.
Should have left, Miles.
So
Damn.
one thing about Todd's team though is I'm wondering, I'm like looking at your roster and I'm just curious who your running back 2 is, because I'm not. Yeah, I see you got Alvin Kamara, but I don't.
Well, we got Michael Carter now.
No, but he's not it. Like he's had one decent game.
Michael Carter.
It's just he's their offense, though.
Yeah, exactly.
He is New York's Jets offense.
Well, the answer is he doesn't have one. The closest one he has will be Michael Carter.
And he's worth 7 points.
Right, and I don't know.
Flex,
Is he a pass
maybe?
catcher? Not. He
He's
gets
probably,
3 targets max a
where's-
game.
Where's Todd at in the waiver order? I mean, he could be looking to pick somebody up. I mean, he's literally last though, so that's gonna.
I
be a
don't
rough
think he
go.
knows how to use it. He's 12th.
Yeah, I mean,
That means he does not use it.
That means he's been using it.
Oh yeah,
no,
my bad.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah. If you don't know how to use it, you'd be number 1.
And I'm starting to think Alan doesn't know how to use it.
Welcome
Joke
to
the
that one.
podcast so far, folks. Anyway.
But other than that, you're set wide receiver. Like,
Yeah, he is.
he's
He
like
just
a
underperformed.
Strategy-wise, okay, come on.
It's crazy for Todd, though, here. The one thing I'll say. It's crazy for Todd to lose this week when you have his defense putting up 17 points and his kicker putting up 15.
That is unfortunate.
When you lose in a week where your 2 weakest positions put up 32 points, that's tough.
That
to take.
hurts.
Yeah, his quarterback put up 11 and
Oh, they
nobody
put up-
else hit
oh.
double digits.
Oh man,
That's bad.
And then you got Aaron Jones,
scorer.
CeeDee Lamb. You know, I mean, Bailey got carried by 3 players. Everybody else really didn't do much.
I'm really worried about Todd. Because Todd is 2-4, and he runs into me next week.
So
Of
Runs
course.
into the butthole wrecking machine.
Yeah.
If that butthole wasn't hurting enough, it's
Like,
gonna put some pain in there.
I mean, realistically, like,
I think
Todd's
you want to
staring
talk
down
about this, Cody.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. He's staring down 2-5.
It's rough.
Let's not get ahead of us.
No, you just
I'm good.
can't count that as a
I mean, I'll
W
get ahead
yet.
of myself because
You know, it
only
takes that
because
Justin
of the
Herbert
fact that
40
his
point
starting
game,
running backs
you
are
know,
going to be
like-
Devin Singletary and Sony Michel.
He's
So
going
I'll
to
get ahead of myself and say that he's probably going to have a rough time winning next
That man told me that he is going to start 3 Atlanta Falcons next week. That's going to be his secret. I'm like, please.
Oh, I think Trish is on the same status with that Buffalo. So
Oh, but no,
They got
wait a
something going in
second.
the house.
You're not playing him this week.
No.
This coming week, yes, I will.
Like this matchup this week?
No.
Week 7?
No.
Oh, this upcoming week.
Yeah,
Yes.
week 7. You're playing him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, then he can't start anybody from Atlanta because they're a bye.
no,
That's this week.
that was last
No,
week.
yeah, that's this week.
Yeah.
We're
Oh.
in weeks. We're talking
Click
about.
on
We're
his team.
recapping week 6.
Okay, all right, folks.
Sorry,
You're having
guys.
a rough time.
Commissioner had a stroke.
Hey, you know what? I'm good for a weekly stroke, guys. All right, we do a lot of talking here.
Wait a minute, what are we talking about now?
One stroke a week.
We've been talking
This
about
is a family show.
Hey, don't worry about it. All right, stroke to you, stroke to the west,
Stroke
stroke
tease.
with the one who loves me the best.
Hey,
All right.
Good old Clarence Carter reference. Number 1 on the podcast.
I haven't heard that
ladies and
nursery
gentlemen.
number 1.
Any
All right.
other comments on this
Any
one before
comments,
we
yeah.
move on?
good job, Bailey.
Good job, Bailey.
Way to get the dub.
Okay, moving on to the wrecker himself.
The butt.
Let's hear the gloating.
Another in the room matchup.
This leads me to my new favorite segment of the person who lost me in the room. Please answer for your crimes. What happened to you this week, man?
Well, I performed great, man. Can you get the mic a little bit closer? At this point,
For our listeners at home, he leaned in to the mic.
at this point, there's nothing really to say. You don't want to get in front of Cody at this point. whoever made those trades with him, fuck you.
I can't.
And at this,
That's me.
At this point, it's just I'll have to take that one. Two weeks in a row though. That's what really hurts me, and so I'll have to regroup. I think the trade I made is going to help me a little bit at wide receiver. I have not got over as a combined wide receiver core over 10 points the last 2 weeks. So
Who you got coming in, Sutton?
I got Sutton coming in. He averages about 10 plus, 12 plus targets last 3 weeks. So
I will
I
say,
kind
though,
of-
Jerry Judy's about to be back.
he is about to
That's
be
why I
back, but
traded him to you.
we always have to have that big guy that comes in. You have the speedy guy, big guy. And I think Bridgewater just loves to sling that rock, whether it's right decision or not. So
I love.
I think
I'm
Sutton's
not
going to come down
hoping-
with it. It's kind of one of those like fantasy pick things. Like Sutton's gonna be a good fantasy person because he's gonna get the ball thrown to him. He's a great player.
That's how we're doing fantasy football stuff.
Oh, yeah. But
Get shit
Okay.
Was Bridgewater there
No, what he's
last
trying
year?
to say is the volume.
Yeah.
That's what you love.
yeah, the
about
volume
it.
for fantasy,
Yeah.
kind of like Jalen. Everyone, especially. Not the best ball player, but he's gonna get you the points that you want on your fantasy team.
Yeah,
So.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Except that he's not going to be the starting quarterback for the
He may
Philadelphia
not.
Eagles.
Yeah, that
D
might not happen
minus.
anymore.
D minus.
So,
Hey, they're trying to trade for Nick Foles.
not to, yeah.
God, not again.
But yes, Cody.
Wait,
Cody,
on
good win.
the
I'm glad we didn't go
Broncos
undefeated.
receiving
I'm glad
note,
we didn't make that name bet. But
did Bridgewater play there last year?
Bridgewater
Yeah.
was there. No,
No.
Bridgewater got traded there.
So I think the one advantage you might have is that he's been playing all this time with Sutton without Judy, and they could have created more of a chemistry, you know?
Yeah,
He does
so-
have the
I
momentum.
like it. I like it.
Right. So
Sutton was hurt in the offseason, so all of the training camp work was with Judy, though.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
true.
So Sutton only really became viable, and people started believing him in the last preseason game because he made a few cuts and his knee looked good.
Well, I
Well,
would,
and the
I
thing
would,
about this, though, with this, I think Denver's defense might actually, offense is going to, next 3 years, be something that actually might grow and grow because now they have Javonte Williams, I think is going to be something. I really do. I think eventually Melvin Gordon's going to have to give up that starting spot
He'll be traded
to
next year.
him. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that offense is going to look a lot better because Sutton was, I picked him like 4th or 5th round last year. I know a little bit about football, so like, the dude's a stud.
He's a
great
He's
player.
he's the big offensive player. So I think that offense in general, if it can match their defense, that team might be something in the future. They might see another Super Bowl run in the next 5 years.
It's gonna be tough with Teddy at quarterback.
With that too, yeah.
He's just a game manager, and he made a lot of mistakes against the Raiders. He made a lot of mistakes. He threw every drive. I was listening to these games. We were driving. We got screwed on our flights. Just a little side here. So we had to drive from Madison all the way back to Minneapolis while the afternoon games were going on. But luckily for me, our rental car is Sirius. So I was bouncing between the Patriots game with the Cowboys, the Raiders game, and the Minnesota game. All three of which were... Oh, the Minnesota game ended, but then there was one other game on or something. It was Cleveland and Arizona, which wasn't much of a game.
Mm-hmm.
But I was bouncing between them, and it would constantly be driving. Sutton getting the ball, interception. Driving. Sutton getting the ball, interception.
Yeah.
That's what it was the whole game, So it's like, it's just he's not a big time quarterback,
Yep.
and you can't win in this league if you don't have a quarterback who can win games.
That's it. And you're in a division with Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So
And Derek Carr's a better quarterback than him. Even.
yeah. So,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
so where do you think they're going? That statement about 4 or 5 years.
That's why I
we're
gave it
talking-
5 years. That's it's a quarterback. It takes 5 years to get one quarterback out of a draft.
Dude,
All
in
I'm
5
saying
years, your running back's gone because he's used.
He's used up.
True.
Yeah.
5
True.
years is not a window of success in the NFL. It is blow up time if it's 5 years in the future. This ain't baseball.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they failed with Drew Lock.
Well, luckily it's working for fantasy right now. I'm gonna keep that rolling. Just want Sutton to keep winning, and I think he's gonna keep doing that for me in the future.
He's been solid. I'll give you that.
Cody,
I have to rely on that at this point. The trade's already through, and there it is.
well,
Yeah.
I'll take in-game over training camp too. I feel like that would be
No,
Yeah,
more
we'll see how it
impactful.
plays out, but I want to hear what Cody's got to say. I mean,
If
Thanks
Allen
for
had
joining.
if Allen had Sutton on his team this week, he would have only lost by 20. So that would have been a lot better.
it would have been closer.
Yeah, it would have been closer. It wouldn't have been as embarrassing of a loss.
We can also talk if I pick the right players in the right position, but that's just how fantasy goes. I'll have to take that loss.
I do the coulda, woulda, shoulda every week, man.
It's okay.
Jake
It's
House
just,
reminds me of
it is fun giving one to Cody. But I see Cody again. Luckily, I don't know if anybody in this league all knows, but now we have 2 people we play this year instead of just 1.
Yep.
So I get to see Cody again. Hopefully, as Cody said, come correct.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to do.
That was a marquee matchup, though. I was really interested to see which one of you two were going to win that game because I think you both have really
I'm glad I went
teams.
over 100 points at least, because it's not bad.
Well, you got to worry about that jersey, too, man.
The second highest score all season, I'll have to take an L to that one.
Yeah, I'm in the hunt for some merchandise.
Yeah.
That's
That's what you're going for.
I'm going for it too, honestly.
That's good news. That just means that I'm going to get a rematch against Mr. Strozzi later this year.
Good.
There's a chance
I think
for
that's
the
great.
dream.
Jake v. Jake again.
maybe get a little more average on your Jake line.
Yeah. Maybe, have players that play.
Hey, give it 12 weeks, I think, or 6 weeks, 7 weeks. You should be healthy.
You want to know
We'll
what
see.
the real problem with playing Cody right now, though, is he has
Henry.
Yes, Derrick Henry.
Well,
Yeah.
aside from the bullshit, it was really
His
fun.
number one
It was really
positions.
fun. Exactly. It was really fun when he lost last week.
Fucking
folks.
Cooper's a
It was
beast, dude.
amazing. I can't wait for the second loss
Cooper's
to come.
the best.
We'll have a good time with it. But Derrick Henry and Cooper Cup, man.
Yeah, man.
I almost
You
got
got
cup
the one
from
and the
him.
one, man.
What do you do?
I tried.
You can't.
I almost
even-
got cup from him. If I gave him Javonte Williams that week, I would have fucking got cup from him, giving him Kyler Murray.
His face says no.
Now imagine. now imagine.
No, 'cause I
played
waited
him.
too long. I did it with you.
Hold
I
on.
waited too long.
Jake Dub's got something to say. What you
I'm
got,
just
man?
trying to imagine what your team would look like if you'd have gone through with that DeAndre Hopkins for Ezekiel Elliott trade.
Oh my God, I know. I wish I would have, man. I wish I would have. My
Well,
team.
I don't know, though.
Oh, you didn't.
Almost.
Man, I think
Who
that
are
would
you
have
gonna
made up the
play?
difference
Well,
if you did
could have
that.
had AJ Green in there, but who are you going to play as your other wide receiver then?
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I mean, a lot of things probably would have changed. At that
Kadarius
point, but
Tony.
Wide receivers are easier to find.
you got-
too, though.
There's a
But AJ
little
Green,
one.
dude, that dude's gonna finish his, go out on
It's
top.
cool to see AJ Green
I like Nate Saint,
resurrecting his career.
but it's not.
I like
it is
that.
me too.
Daryl Henderson.
With a fun team, a team that
beast.
might win a championship this year.
I mean,
Fancy
I
beast.
gave you Daryl Henderson instead of Zeke, and I think Daryl Henderson has been giving you
Mm-hmm.
more points. Than
That's
Zeke.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
mean,
last
that's-
3 weeks for
that's
sure.
true, yeah.
She got Hollywood and Debo out of that though. and they're
Yeah.
both
Both
great as well.
teams. Both teams got better, and
We
that's
won.
what you're looking for
Yeah.
in a trade.
Yeah.
Because who am I got
So I
Hopkins
felt
and
both
Cup.
our
Yep,
trades.
yep.
So
So-
Debo,
Absolutely.
he ain't playing, and neither is Hollywood. I would have loved to use them, but like, what do you do?
Well, I try to make it so like whenever I trade with anybody, like we're both winning.
Yeah, that's-
I have to admit, I'm getting better at that one.
Yeah.
All right. Anything
I'm
else
always on
to
top
say,
when I make
guys?
a trade. So it's
Oh
hard.
yeah, one more thing.
Yeah.
Allen, suck it.
Oh, and so
Alright.
you'll have to take it. I'll see you in week 16.
There you go.
I said it in
That's right,
text, or I'd
that's
say it again to
Thank
Jake.
you.
Terry McLaurin, last point. I hope he gets healthy for you. He was obviously under 100% this week. That really submarined you a little bit. too.
Scary Terry.
That's the only reason why I did that trade with you. I need a receiver that I can count on right now.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 weeks back to back, I haven't gone over 10 points with both of them. So we'll figure that out. On to the next matchup, please. I love being here for this, though. It's great. I love it. Animosity's high.
That's good. man.
Ah.
All right. All right.
The other 5-1 team. The
Okay.
other Allen
Yes, the other Allen,
No,
beating up on Trisha this week.
which
I mean,
With an off
Go-
week from
Yeah,
Mike
we
Williams.
got 92.5 points.
go ahead, Jake. What were you gonna say?
that's it.
That's all.
Man,
No, I mean,
Trisha got.
he was vulnerable this week, and I was really bummed to see Trish
Shit the
lose
bed.
because she had a real chance to win this one because you had Devontae underachieve, you had Mike Williams underachieve,
Mhm.
you had him without some of his other key players. He's starting Devontae Booker there, Buffalo scoring nothing, Lamar underachieving. That was a week where you could take one from Allen, and she just had her big dog wide receivers just shit the bed.
Yeah.
I mean, DK, nothing. DJ Moore, nothing.
Which is really bad
You know.
because if you and AJ Brown.
But
had a little
DJ
bit,
Moore's
but-
not been performing.
but with Kareem Hunt out for a little while now, who's her number 1 running back?
Ooh, yes.
So if you're looking to
Oh.
trade a running back
I'm
for something,
trying
folks.
to trade
I
for
don't-
some running backs.
But she does have Josh Allen, and so that'll help her in the future.
I might be able to help her out if she wants to give me Hines. So
She didn't-
hopefully you're listening.
She only
Or
ever
Josh
makes it about
Allen.
15 minutes in.
Yeah. You gotta. The problem she's gonna have is you gotta be able to
lost
start
Trish.
some running backs. She's got nobody. She's got Kenneth Gainwell and 99s.
Oh my god.
And
Wait.
I
Hunt went
hate
down,
the
huh?
Eagles' backfield so much right now. I'm sure you hate them even more.
I hate them as much as I hate
So what
Philadelphia.
is she
at
gonna
any
have
point.
to?
Yeah.
Is she gonna have to rely on this Josh Allen character now?
Well, that's
And her triple stack.
Certainly it won't be Jalen Hurts.
No.
It's
I
not-
hope not, but she started Jalen Hurts over Justin Herbert for how many weeks in a row?
Because now she's
I-
got a wide receiver
She
that
started
was
him over
relying
Josh
on
Allen.
Russell Wilson, and now he's also gone.
I think she's got a crush on Hurts.
She must. That
She
guy's-
must.
That guy's awful.
It's okay. I have a crush on Patterson. I understand.
It's okay. Me with Eckler. Find him one day.
Until Chris Hemsworth gets on a football team, I guess my man crushes will be out of the NFL.
Talking about a man crush in NFL, I mean, jeez. I don't know. Yes.
We all want to know, Patrick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll wait.
come on
Yeah.
now.
All
What
right.
do you think we're doing here?
It's like back to the matchup. Back to the matchup.
I had too many on my mind.
I mean, if you got a greasy hipster thing that you like, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is that guy.
There goes Homer.
Yeah.
Of course, I go Homer. This man's given me winning seasons for 15 years.
That's
right?
fair. I feel that way about Tony Romo.
There you go.
See him bust out the discount double check.
Goddamn it! And then tell Chicago that he fucking owns
own
them.
you.
That was
Of
awesome.
course
That
I'm
was
gonna,
so
of course
good
I'm
for
gonna love
football,
that
dude.
man.
That was epic.
I'm so glad that
I needed
Aaron
that too.
Rodgers doesn't mind being a villain because that dude just does
Eat
it so
it.
well.
He said some
Ride
woman,
the long hair.
he
You
said
know.
some woman was
Ride
giving him
it
the
out,
double
fucking
birds,
good zone.
and so he was specifically talking to her, but then he just started talking to all of them. She was standing in the crowd doing this to him, and he's like, "I own you all my fucking life. I own you." That's what he said.
So
Dude, he rolls out of it too. Smoothest,
Oh,
like
it was great.
smoothest one I've seen yet of
I
him doing the
know.
belly. He, like,
No
rolled out of it
kidding,
and was
no
like,
kidding.
It was
boom.
great. I was worried he was gonna bust his shoulder because he's old
Can
as
I
shit.
say? Can I say that we got to watch that in a Packer bar in Madison, Wisconsin, and it was
So dope.
beautiful.
That's awesome.
And the best Packer bar in Madison,
And
Wisconsin,
you want to
by the
tell
way,
them about it.
Baldwin Street Grill
Oh.
has the best
Shut up.
bar owner in the history of the world. Sorry for yelling, Jake, but I have
If
to.
you hear
What's
this,
his name, Patrick? What's
if
his
you hear
name?
This
this,
man is the guy. He's the best. You want to know what he does? Every time the Packers score a touchdown, this man knows how to blow fire. So you know what he does? He takes in a little bit of like straight alcohol and he blows a huge fireball.
And
This
then
is
you know what he
sick.
does? He runs around with little plastic cups and he gives everybody homemade apple pie shots. Every single touchdown.
That is
For-
that
That's
is
clear.
impressive. That's
That
better
is
than the
badass.
Oregon Duck
That's
push-ups.
better than the football team.
This
Better
episode
than the football
of Dundee's
Than a whole
Fantasy Football Podcast brought to you by
Baldwin Street
Baldwin
Grill.
Street Grill.
Baldwin Street.
That's
Grill
right. Go there.
And
Good food too. Fried pickles. Get 'em.
Madison?
And
Yeah.
Fireball.
In Madison, Wisconsin. For
Yeah.
free shots whenever the Packers score.
That's right.
Get your fried pickles.
So get there when they
Please.
play Houston, folks. And you will get drunk for free.
And now he's 22-5
Our
against
first
the Bears.
advertisement,
That's right.
week 6. I like it.
No, this is definitely our fourth advertisement.
Oh, yeah.
Have you not been
Oh,
listening?
I've been listening.
Where have you been?
Shit.
We advertised Fort George. We advertised
There's a Domino's.
Domino's. We're giving out a lot of free advertising.
Domino's.
Yeah.
This.
They don't need this.
See, it's not just Slushes and Dogs mid appearance.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
We got little-
Can
local
we make some
business.
ices? You
We're
said
gonna have one of their
slushies?
co-owners in the building next
Ices,
week.
though.
Yeah, we're gonna have Mr. Hot Dog Man himself.
Man, I wanna
Dave
be
the
on that.
Pavlik one.
Dave Hot Dog Pavlik.
Dave the Pavel.
So have we wrapped up on this one,
Any
or
other
I
comments?
Well,
Yeah, way to go.
I'm
Trish.
actually.
You
I'll
shit
say
the
one
bed.
thing about Alan's team, actually, just because he's.
beast?
You know, we have something against each other at this point. I can feel it. But I think his
Like
team's.
physically?
I think his team's actually probably the most set past. Most set past the just the starting lineup. I think his bench is all there too. I'm
Yeah.
actually scared of this team.
Yeah,
He has a good team.
He's got some
Yeah,
depth.
I'm actually very. I think he has the most depth in the whole league.
It's gonna depend on.
Forget depth. He's got four players.
No,
He's got
no.
5 players that
Cody,
can
you
put
have
up
the
20.
best starting lineup.
He's got 5. I would argue it's between Cody's and this Allen's.
Yeah.
Because he's got 5 players on a starting lineup that can put up 25, and you wouldn't sneeze at it.
Oh, and Henry's.
ESPN thinks
yeah.
so too, by the way.
Well, we can hope for our injuries at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point.
No, and injuries, or not injury, but Henry Rugg is still not even came into what he's, you know.
Well, he
Like
probably
what he's
won't
supposed
with Derek Carr
He's
throwing
starting
to
to
him.
come though.
No, he is. He really is.
He's the wide receiver 21 on the year, so I would argue that he has a little bit.
Derek Carr has
We're
more
so
yards
good at
than
that.
That was,
any quarterback in the
that was
NFL.
on purpose, by the way.
He's not a winner, though.
Oh, was it?
Don't need
Oh, it was.
fancy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
I hope so.
Speaking of Mr. Pavlik, this will be the last matchup. Which
All
what
right.
say you?
Team America herself. I will say, after living in the same household before she jumps in about her team, Erica was very despondent after this loss. She feels like she has a great team, and they are underperforming, and she's on the lookout for a quarterback, folks.
Wow, look at that. I'd have to agree, and let's talk.
Yes.
Damon Harris did you dirty from the bench this time instead of from your starting position.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you know what happened there. I played.
Well, I do have
I know,
Kyler
sorry.
Murray, so anybody that needs a quarterback, before we start talking, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a bunch of people on buys this week too, and then sorry, I just like something went down my throat wrong.
It's like she's nervous.
We all get there.
But the AJ Dillon game started before they had announced that Damian Harris was actually going to play. And so I couldn't put a questionable person where everybody said that he wasn't going to play.
I would never fault you for
11:30.
benching Damian Harris after having that man on my roster for 5 weeks this year. Like, 8 points is what you kind of expect. It's kind of like the Mike Davis effect. And if you think you got anybody that's going to do more than that, it's easy to
But
put
he was
on.
also questionable, and he was supposed to not play. Everywhere I
Every
read,
beat writer in New England was saying Friday, Saturday, looking like Damian Harris not going to play, looking like Ramondre Stevenson's going to start. It's a late game. She got fucked by the schedule.
Did you
and by
guys-
the beat writers.
So
Yeah.
when I had that Antonio Gibson last week, as we're talking on those hurtful decisions, like last second, it said all week, and they said they wouldn't give me an update till 11:30, and it's like the game started at 10:30. So what do you do, or 10? And like, what do you do with that? Like 11:30 update, and when he has a game at 10, like, what
Well,
do you do with
that definitely means
Not playing.
11:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
yeah,
They'll give you an update before the game starts. That's
3
what I
hours
did.
difference.
Yeah, but fuck, maybe I didn't see that. Maybe I didn't see the ET. It never says ET though. It never says ET.
Hey, I have a rule, dude. When I wake up before I set my lineup, I wait to take the dab before I set my lineup.
I don't even do that. You guys already know I don't even set my lineup.
I'm just fucking with you.
No, it's great. But damn, maybe I should look for the ETP PM or whatever.
Check the time zones. Or what, yeah.
But can I say that? Okay, so
Hit me
Heineke
with an ET.
Heineke was supposed to have a great week this week. He fucking shit the bed,
I mean,
right?
Yeah.
First
yeah.
I would have
Me
played him
too.
too against KC.
Yeah.
For sure.
Correct me
too.
if I'm wrong, but this matchup is a replay of the Sacco Bowl from last year.
It is, I believe.
For those
Where
not familiar
Erica
with the
literally
Sacco
didn't
Bowl,
set a lineup. And
Oh,
then
where I
took
said
last
it
place.
did not set a lineup
You know, I didn't
because
set-
I was
Was
working.
that last year?
Yeah,
Didn't
I
set a
know.
lineup and I fucking took fucking 4.
that was the determinant
Yep.
for who had to stand with the hot dog costume.
Well, I
On the
stood.
front
I
seat.
stood proud.
You did it with grace.
You
Yeah.
want to know what? It got me a free hot dog, so I liked it. I will embarrass my wife for free hot dogs.
Damn straight.
Remember,
Dave's sitting at 500 after this win, and I bet he's feeling real good about
One
that.
thing I have to say about my team is that
We have to leave these
Waller.
couples. You
Come
realize
on, let's pick up the game a little bit.
Who's that?
Waller.
Derek
Yeah.
Carr? That's what I'm saying.
yeah, rough for Waller lately.
Yeah, I no love lost moving him off my roster. Like,
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz has been better than Darren Waller.
Yeah,
Mark
exactly.
Andrews is second best tight end right now.
I went through everybody's
I got
tight
number
ends.
one.
Mine is like
Yeah,
almost
you
the
did.
last one for weeks upon weeks.
Yep.
That's not going to continue.
It might.
With Waller?
Yeah.
Like you would think, new coach, like more targets. He got 5 this week. His
He got-
lowest of the season.
Well, it's so bad that my game log won't even show up.
I think that plays into your
that was
point.
in a relatively close battle of a game.
Also, throw your peepers on Mr. Drake, by the way, was very
touches.
involved in the passing game this last week.
Oh, that's not gonna be a consistent
You
thing.
cannot.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
cannot
it's-
rely on Kenyon.
No.
Of course.
If you use
Never.
him, the
Just
Patrick's
watch.
been talking all year about how they just needed somebody to play him the way he needed to be played. When there was that
That's what I'm
quote
saying.
when they asked John Gruden earlier in the year, "Do you think you need to be using more Kenyon Drake?" His response was, "No." That was it. That was it.
Gruden?
And then he said some hard F bombs. They kicked him out, brought in the new guy, and
Yep.
apparently the new guy knows how to use Kenyon Drake. It looks so after 1 week.
Wheel routes down the field.
Well, it's
Can't
not him
agree.
calling all the plays. There's all the
Not
same
that
coaches
fast.
still in there. Like
That's
it is-
fair, but there's a game
Gruden's the only
plan
one
that
that's
usually
gone.
changes. It's a regime change. He's not going to be running John Gruden's offense.
But with that little time of preparation, I doubt that the scheme would have changed all that much.
Well, 1 week of evidence would say that it might have.
Yes.
We need more time to tell,
yeah.
but he got 2 touches.
Mhm.
That guy obviously was directly under Gruden, though, and so most likely, like, there's going to be similarities. But if he's the guy now, he has decision-making power. So he could go his own way. And if he sees something, he's not John Gruden. So, like, what Jake's saying is, like, there could be difference there. And, like, we saw Kenyon Drake be the most involved that he's been all year. But I will say, Kenyon Drake scored 2 touchdowns and 6 touches. Okay?
Can't
As
deny
Mike
that.
Clay on ESPN likes to say, heavy regression to the mean coming. Because you cannot sustain 2 touchdowns a week.
1 out of
Yeah.
6 3 touches.
But I wouldn't even say he was going to score 1 next week. Like,
Hey, Erica, good pick up. Good pick up off the waiver wire.
You may very well be right.
With
Keep your eyes on
Herbert,
him, 'cause he might keep
Yeah.
going.
Well, that's the thing. I was talking about that.
I'm very mad I didn't make that. I could have got him over you because I had the upper hand, and I just didn't make one because I wanted to stay on the top. So
With
Well,
Khalil.
Yeah, but Khalil, he's supposed to actually keep being involved now because he looks so
He
good.
drafted this year too.
Yeah.
So
He's a rookie.
Yeah, so he's something that, like, as a pickup, the team was already looking to use him eventually, and that gave them the opportunity to see what he's got. And I think for the future, I think that's going to do really good for you.
The discussion has been that maybe he could leapfrog Davey Moore.
I think he's
I
going
think
to,
he's going to.
unfortunately.
I do. I think it's going to happen.
That does not bode well for me.
Well, Patriots are not loyal when it comes to...
I mean, honestly, I feel like my running back game is actually pretty good. I have, like...
Yeah.
And I have Elijah Mitchell, which I traded...
The missile.
You know,
and really, like you said,
he's now the running back 1 there. I think
you got good starters.
You have the players. You have the names.
A beast, Zeke's a beast. Khalil Herbert will fade into nothing.
When are they going to perform?
Yeah.
I mean, that's an if. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he doesn't come back 100.
My weak points are definitely my defense and my quarterback.
If your defense is your weakness, then you're fine.
Yeah, if your defense is your weakness, you don't have one.
You need a quarterback. That's what you need.
Yeah.
And maybe one more big time wide receiver.
If you'd like Tua.
Hey, I'm telling you, Hopkins for Zeke.
Tua was running the ball, by the way.
Debo Samuels was.
I don't know if anybody noticed that, but Tua ran the ball.
He was on bye this week.
Well, and with me,
that's why I said earlier, fantasy wise, Tua's.
And you know who Tua plays next week? The Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah,
good week to plug him in.
Excited to play Jalen Waddle.
I was gonna say Waddle's gonna get a 76-yard fucking touchdown.
It's the marriage battle this week, by the way.
Are we playing each other?
Erica, and so there will be no advice given whatsoever this week.
I mean, there might be.
So there isn't a future. There isn't a future in the past.
Yeah. So if you ask my advice, just assume that I'm telling you. Absolutely will be in my best interest.
You need someone for advice.
We trying to win that. We trying to win the league.
The league leader's in the room. So
not on the podcast. You'll be able to look
off of the back of one incredible human being who he just happened to luck out drafting. Let's be real.
Hey,
look, no, that trade is what made it what it was.
You gotta draft the teams that screw you, okay?
You gotta draft the ones who came.
The ones that are in front of
you. You draft the ones who...
You dance with the one that left you in the car.
That's right. You bring the shoes that you forgot at your house. You know? That's what you need to do.
And if you don't, you know what they say.
Fool me 3 times. I'm a racist.
But hey, best of the 3.
Best of 3, though.
Best of the 3.
All right, guys. Should we
we should talk about...
let's talk about Dave's team a little bit. Yeah, because
he's winning.
He eked out the win because I really thought Diggs was going to pull it out for you.
Dave's coming for the playoffs.
He was supposed to catch
it. Good job, Dave.
Gesicki with Tua looking like a real tight end.
Made me so bad.
Looking like a real tight end.
The thing I don't like about Dave's playoff chances are that he has 548 points for, and that puts him. That does not put him in the top.
Oh, I think I'm last.
25%.
I think I'm last in points for, by the way.
80%. Yeah.
You are last 5 points behind.
No jersey for you.
Hey, guess what? You know what? I don't care. You want to know why? 4-2. Yeah, that's right.
What about that
just tells
regression?
me you can't maintain.
Don't worry about it.
What about that regression?
Hey, guess what?
Don't
The
worry about
gods
it.
smile upon me for the pain that I suffered with Michael Thomas last year. The gods knew that I should have been the best team last year. So, like, here's a lot of luck.
Look,
Here's a lot of luck, my
Here's
son.
the thing.
We know that you love us fantasy gods. So we shall bestow you a winning record.
Patrick, the
You are a
teams
true
playing,
believer.
the teams playing
Yes.
against you are scoring the amount of points that Dave is scoring.
Yeah, I played.
You are averaging a Dave team a week. So
You know-
easy with that 4-2 talk, sir.
You know, when I played sports back in the day, it was never I was the most talented offensive player, but I was hella good on defense.
Especially on JV.
That's
You know what they say?
That's
too,
what
it
I-
doesn't
that's what
matter
I
whether
do.
you win by an inch or a mile.
That's
Winning
right.
is winning.
Yeah,
Dub is dub.
so not only have you, you're so spot on, Cody. He's put up the least amount of points, but you've played the least amount of points.
That's right.
Yeah.
Crazy
So,
defense.
No, I haven't.
Come up against me.
Phantom defense.
Players ain't they putting up. They're scared.
Phantom
They're like,
defense.
oh shit, you're playing the dumpster fire.
So that's what it is. You're just getting
Shots on
all the
Dumpster
guys are just not performing,
That's
and you're
right.
reaping
Yeah.
the benefits.
Oh my
They just know that they're playing me, and they're like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
We were talking
That's
about
it.
that too. I was like,
That's
if I
it.
trade my
This
player,
week.
who is it? Like, who's they're gonna get rid of Phantom defense?
Now you want to know why I've been putting up low points?
You got a bad team.
Because Sammy buckets. I don't have a bad team.
Hey, Patrick, you're 4-2, so
That's right, 4-2, Cody.
Yeah.
That's
you're,
right.
you're in the club.
Hey,
We're
results driven.
Results driven.
That's right.
You're in the club, so I'm
Hey,
glad
when
to be
Derrick
there as
Henry
well.
breaks his leg in the semifinal, then he beat me in the final, and
It's
I
weird
win.
that you say things like that.
We'll talk then.
Yeah, that's a
Just-
little. That's a
just
little.
when you say
That's a
things like
little
that.
much. There.
Hey, you know what? I
It's
have
okay.
I have no
Ooh.
loyalty to those human
Ooh,
beings.
the
They don't
dumpster
know
As
me.
the talk show's still going on, I hope Alan hears this. I will have the starting running back of Minnesota by the end of this year.
Patrick,
Good
What?
luck.
There we go. What's that?
you got triple digits week 1 and not since.
Hey, guess what?
Enjoy that 4-2 record. It ain't gonna last
What's
till next
your
week.
record, sir?
I want to talk about me right now, okay?
Need I reminded you
Oh shit!
that it is not 4-2.
All right, Cody, can you say what I just said then so it doesn't have that counter argument? Because it still holds.
What's your record, Cody?
I just want to know that everyone knows
5-1?
I'm 4-2.
You lost once. You have no ground to stand on.
Hey, but I'm
Die on
really-
that hill.
Hey guys, I have to admit the activity of this year has been there.
This
That's
is
been the
been
goal.
there.
This is the
That's
best
been
year in
the
the
goal.
league, in my opinion.
Great.
It's
Me
true.
too. I'm on the same.
I hate
Same
to
boat there.
give all the credit to the fact that this podcast exists, but clearly it is.
I mean,
Yeah, this
it's
is
part of
the,
it, but
this is
like,
the best
we're just-
thing that's ever happened.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted-
only get better.
Eric,
I'm
you can
peaking.
speak to this. Sorry, sorry, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
No,
the
no.
only thing I'll say is Eric can speak to this. My whole talk in the month leading up to the thing, to the draft, was that I wanted this year to be more of like a community, more of like everybody involved, everybody talking, because that's how you get trades done. When
Mhm.
everybody knows each other, everybody's comfortable talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you have a more competitive league. Everybody's more invested. Everybody wants to really try to win, so they don't get they can shit talk and they don't get shit talk.
Mhm.
That's how you have a good league.
It's true.
So you have to do stuff like this to have a good league.
Yep.
And I have fun doing it. Like, it's like my hobby outside of work right now, and like I like all you guys. And yeah, it's been fucking rad. So let's just keep it going.
I've been loving it too. I think the activity kind of starts with a good example. Like you had the best week out of the whole, 157 points, and you are 1-5, but still, like that shows the level of the teams that are even, not
Anybody
winning
can
right
beat
now.
anybody.
They're not winning right now. It doesn't mean that that's going to continue for the next half of the season.
Especially with all the movement.
Yeah, like there's a lot of movement, and I think that's what keeps everything just entertaining.
And injuries always
It's
happen.
not fun to see the same players on your team all year long, too. I don't think, to be honest.
I can look at the same players on my team all year long. My team is fantastic.
We'll see how that goes.
The old Grim
We're
Reaper's
6
coming
weeks
through
in.
for us.
The bigger they are.
I mean, Derek. Never mind.
Harder
I don't want to
they
be that guy.
fall.
But
I'm gonna fuck it up, Patrick, by saying it right.
it's been I think Derek Henry's
What?
been in
What?
here
How
how
was I
long
gonna
and hasn't
fuck
had
it
an
up?
injury
The
yet?
bigger they are, there they were.
That made it better. Sorry, the delay made it better. All right, so let's wrap it up by going over the next week's matchup or this week's matchups real quick. There are some good waivers out there, folks. Make sure you're paying attention tonight. There's some running backs that should be picked up.
Couple
I'm
wide
not going to
receivers.
mention them because I'm going to be trying to get a few of them. So go in there,
Same.
look, think about it, figure it out. The one piece of advice I'll give everybody is that Mr. Field Yates always lists the best waiver wire pickups of the week. So go read his article, or go look at some fantasy sites. They'll have all the best waiver pickups right there. So I want to compete against the best, well-informed league mates as I can. So
I do as well.
That's why I offer that.
I would like to point out that I'm
In week
still
6.
on top of the waiver order as well. So if anyone has any ideas that I can use this monster pick on, send them to me directly because I don't know who I should pick up.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, I can give you one, but I'm not going to do that because you just gave me an L this
You
week.
should
That's
just
a
draft
nose caution.
Derrick Henry, and then you should just
Yeah.
pick
Oh,
up
yes.
Ryan Tannehill.
I think you should.
Yeah, Ryan had 10 19 points this week.
There you
Yeah.
I think you should package.
I think
you're
Derek's
really
only
in need of a
15.
quarterback without Russell, so I think you're going to need to package trade Derrick Henry and Cooper Kupp for Jalen Hurts.
For Jalen Hurts.
Who's got hurt? Kyler Murray, though.
We
No
can
Murray,
do
though.
Trisha has her.
I am
It's up 20 a
such a Jalen Hurts fanboy
Yeah.
that I would definitely make that move.
There you go.
I
Hey,
think you'd enjoy that one.
you heard that. You heard it here yourself, folks. Totally
Trish?
willing to package trade the number 1 running back and number 1 wide receiver for Jalen Hurts.
And if
Oh
you
my
want
God.
a liar,
He's a dirty liar.
Dirty liar.
Trust him again.
We're not going to do it.
Nah.
yeah,
Nah.
you can. Let it load up on the screen.
All right, let's do it real quick.
What is this?
So we're just going over who's playing who this week. It's loads to the face and Allen and Dalvin this
Wish
week.
me luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I
Hopefully he
will
doesn't get
say
loaded in the face.
he's got Dalvin Cook and Mike Williams on a bye, so that bodes well for
That
me.
helps.
Yeah.
This
Very
is
well,
your
very
last-
well.
This will be your last week as the man with all the loads in the face.
Yes.
Excellent.
Only
news.
namesake wise, because I'm getting them every other direction.
Right. But for fantasy purposes, this is the last time you'll be getting.
Oh shit! And then what do we got? We got Bailey and Brant.
Yeah.
Must win for Brant for his playoffs hopes. Got to start racking up some wins there, Brant, or it's gonna be done.
Yeah, first to worst, real quick.
Yep.
This entire week is large underdogs. There's a 2-4 against a 5-1, a 5-1 against a 2-4, a 4-2, 2-4. Very lopsided.
Hold on.
Very lopsided matches.
Bailey's only got 1 loss.
No, she's 3-3.
Oh, okay.
No, he was talking
I
about me.
skipped over that
okay,
one.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about Cody. He's got to be.
And then with your matchup 4-2
Barely breathe.
against the 1-5. So some one-sided matchups makes room for some really big upsets.
Yep. So just real quick, Bailey Brant is the next one. We got the Buttle Wreckers, Cody and Todd. Todd has a rough situation. Well, no, Todd's getting everybody back.
I don't think
weird.
this is
Todd's
the right
projected
one.
100 this week.
Todd's
Cover this.
definitely
Todd's
playing
winning
3 Atlanta
Todd.
Falcons this week, so go Todd.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
That'll be so much fun for Todd.
Hey, Atlanta Falcons offense puts up points, son. That's the only thing that they do, that team.
Just
And then you got
give me
Trish.
Kyle.
Trish and the OG one himself. You have Dave and Mr. Shrozy.
Oh, now, Dave.
Got to change that name.
Suck
You're no
it, Dave.
longer average, sir.
I'm not going to jinx myself.
Okay, fair enough.
What if that brings you back to average, though?
No.
What if it proves to be the truth?
Stop putting that energy into the universe.
I already fucking
You'll
did
put
it.
that evil on every about. And then it's the dumpster fire and the America herself.
The in-house savagery itself.
I think
That's
if
right.
anybody needs to change his name, it's
Might be
Dumpster
sleeping
Fire
on the
over
couch
here.
after beating her by 50 points this week, folks. You know, we'll see.
It's gonna feel. Hey, all
I
you
grab
have
that
to do.
one.
Not gonna happen.
All you have to do is score more than like 93.
So when are
points
you
to beat
changing your name?
And
now,
yet
Dumpster
nobody
Fire?
has against me all
I've
year.
been
So
scoring
we'll see.
almost
Hey,
over 100
insert
points
argument about
mostly.
fewest points in the
Ah,
league.
you
He's
did,
still a
but,
dumpster
you know,
fire.
True. But you
Uh,
can't put the Chicago in front there. Does he even have him?
I do. I got Allen Robinson, the biggest dumpster
Oh.
fire of the fucking year.
What's up, buddy? What are you doing?
I jettisoned all my other Chicago fire dumpster, whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, because it is a dumpster fire out there. And you know what you do with a dumpster fire? You let it burn and you
You pee
walk
on it.
away.
No, you pee on dumpster fires.
Ooh.
Well, you pee on it and then you walk away.
Okay,
and I've
yeah.
already peed on it a couple times, and then I'm on
So
my
pissed
way
on Chicago
walking
dumpster
away.
fire now.
How do you feel about the fact you're potentially about to beat up on your wife because she's got Stephon Diggs and Ezekiel Elliott on bye this week?
Hey, you know how I feel about it? I feel real good. Because I'm making the playoffs,
feel real
baby.
good.
And I don't care if you're married to me, you're a friend of mine, or otherwise. When it comes to fantasy, we come here to win.
$900 in my pocket.
That's right.
Might get to experience our first divorce of the Dundee's League podcast.
啊
No, because if he wins, she still wins.
Uh, and then it's the Dumpster Fire.
No, because if he wins, she still wins.
Dumpster Fire.
'Cause if he wins, she still wins. 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 'Cause if he wins, she still wins
True.
True.
Because you want to know why?
No, that's
You want to
not.
know where that
right.
$900 is going?
Damn it.
Probably some new dress or some shit. Who knows?
Hell yeah. Some home improvement.
We gotta refinish the deck.
That's going to be some project for me.
Deck.
It's our
got it.
dog.
No, it's already been decided. I'm just buying a new TV with it.
Oh, fantastic.
Ooh, 4K.
Yeah.
Already
A
been
little
decided,
soundbar
sure.
action.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know if you get into the
What the
playoffs.
hell is this guy talking?
don't worry about it.
Well,
It's
it's
already decided. I get a
points in
TV
the
off of you
league
guys.
says
No big
what?
deal.
Yeah, right.
Patrick leaves. He's like, yeah, thanks for the money
Wait
for the
first,
TV.
you
It's
ask.
Okay, Alan, Jake, since you are the newcomers, you have to sing us out.
No, I've never heard any singing before. What?
Oh,
What
you
is
clearly
this?
haven't listened
I
to all
have
of our
tried
podcasts.
every time, and these motherfuckers will never join in. I always try to go ziggy zaggy, and they never do it.
It's
So,
not
you know.
good.
That's not
Well,
a song.
This is the Dundee League signing off
Oh, he pointed. That's nice.
He pointed.
at the mic.
He
There you
pointed
go.
at it.
Alan, what do you got
We
to
got
say?
guns.
a great time. Glad to be here and excited for weeks to come. This has been the Dundee's League. We out.